So there was once this guy, a Corvette owner, very proud of this car, says to me, "Bet you've never seen one in this color before, have you?" And I said, "Actually, sir, I have, to be honest, a convertible. But it was many years ago, and it was in a Detroit dealership." Any normal Corvette owner would have been just absolutely devastated because, when they're trying to flex on somebody, they're not expecting a response. Not one that, "Oh, yeah, actually I have. That thing's nothing special." But that wasn't the way I was going about this. I knew what his car was, and this guy could tell that I knew what that car was. So what we have here is one of 15 1998 C5 Corvettes painted in Aztec Gold, RPO code 58U. They were made in 3 different batches of 5. This one, being car number 13, puts it right in the middle of the 3rd batch. They'd paint 5, stop, reevaluate the paint, and then do it again, and then they did it again, and they said, "You know what? This paint isn't doing what we want it to do. It looks like each body panel has been repainted. We're done with it." So anyway, they ended up painting 12 coupes, 3 convertibles, and amongst the options, realistically, the only ones that really stand out is one of them had a 6-speed. And yes, as you guys can imagine, it was obviously the convertible. Yes, it was the convertible. It wasn't the coupe. It wasn't the coupe, obviously, unfortunately. But anyway, so yeah, if you want one of these and you're hoping to get a manual transmission coupe, you're not getting that. You're getting a convertible. Now, normally I'm not interested in the C5, but when I saw it, I knew that this was a factory paint job. And as I got closer, I realized that this was probably more than likely one of the 15 gold C5s that were painted as tests. Rumor has it that they were trying to formulate this because they wanted to use it on the anniversary edition for the 50th anniversary in 2003. But that's kind of one of them boot stories with the 83 Corvette. It's probably not true, but until somebody comes out and says, "Yeah, the boot story's true," we're never going to know, right? So, what a lot of people don't understand about these colors is, colors like this in particular, is that they are pretty hard to spray at a factory and get consistent when you're mass producing some of these things. Had all these been hand painted in some body shop, they probably would have looked absolutely phenomenal. But in the sunlight, it did not really jive, basically. In certain light, or if you walked around the car, sometimes you could pick out the metallic flake was just not meshing with the other. It just didn't look right. The batches of paint all looked different. And a lot of these cars ended up looking a little freakish. I mean, not too bad. 99% of the population would never know, but at the end of the day, yeah. So somebody like myself would be able to pick it out right away. And this is why I thought that this was probably one of them 15, because I could tell that there was a little bit of deviation, but I wasn't too sure because the bumper, because you know how old paint gets on bumpers versus the body, yada yada yada. But anyway, upon closer inspection, it was one of these 15, which would have made it 12 on a 12 because obviously 12 coupes, 3 convertibles, only 1 manual transmission. There were gearing differences in some of them, so they aren't all geared the same. But anyway, I digress. So I agree with GM's decision not using the color. The other example I was able to witness, ironically enough, it was the one 6-speed convertible. It had all the paint issues that this one has and was described by many other people. So it's safe to say that all these look exactly the same. Bumpers aren't going to match. The doors aren't going to match. Anyway, when you see one, look it over real good. You'll see what I'm talking about. None of these cars were any special models, and none of them had any options that really make them stand out. I mean, other than the 1 manual transmission and, the 3 convertibles. But, realistically, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel to make these cars more rare than they are. So anyway, it isn't often that you actually get to see a rare Corvette. Now, I'm glad to have seen 2 of these and different examples of both so I can make a better decision on how much I like them. And the current owner really loves this car. He loves the attention he gets from this car. He knows nearly everything there is to know about the car and all the rest of them. Clearly, because he told me way more information than I knew about the convertible that I'd seen. So anyway, looking around on the internet, it is safe to say that the other owners of these cars know a ton about them too. And people that end up buying these things or inheriting them, they end up finding all the information about them, and they just glom onto it and become an encyclopedia, about these cars. So if you see one of them, a 98 in this color, definitely go ask these people about it, because I mean, if you're interested in more information, and you're going to get a story, you're going to get a really good story. Like I said, not very often you come across an actual rare Corvette. Color might not be everybody's cup of tea. I've seen some comments about the color saying, well, I can tell why they only made 15 of them. I'm not a big fan of gold. I do like it on the coupe. I don't like it on the convertible, but yeah, it is what it is. So what do you guys think of the car? What do you guys think of the color? Do you guys know of one of these actual rare Corvettes? It doesn't necessarily have to be one of these gold ones, but any rare Corvette, or to heck with that. Let's hear about your story. If you do, share your story below, and I thank you guys for watching. One thing before I get going is, if you guys like the video, you comment and you share the video, it helps the channel out a lot. And if you guys like videos like this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll cater the channel toward more general tastes. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I look forward to all your comments, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.